Hi, my name is Wayne Seeto. I'm a Master Instructor Trainer for Merrithew. Joining me today is David Taylor. He's an Instructor Trainer for Merrithew as well. So today I'm going to show you the foot press on long box. So previously, in a previous episode, we had a look at the crossover press, which is more of a sort of static appreciation of how the glute max and the abductor stabilizes the femur and the pelvis. So what we're going to do now is we're going to progress that challenge and we're going to go to more of a dynamic component. So the exercise here is the foot press on long box. Okay, so we're going to get David to stand. I'm going to get him to turn around so you can see what's happening from the back view. So here what we want to do is we want to have the box close to the pedal. There should be a bit of clearance so that the pedal doesn't get stuck on the box. Here you're going to have, we're going to have David going to be standing so that the feet are going to be hip distance apart so they kind of line up with his sitting bones, okay? So what you want to pay attention to here is that, again, we're going to see that your stabilizer leg or your stance leg, we want the glute max and the glute med to work quite well, or the abductor system, because the most common thing you're going to see here is that you're going to either see the hip drop, okay, or if you don't see the hip drop, you may see pelvis shift, where you're going to see this is going into excessive adduction and you've lost that connection through that abductor system, okay? So here you can see that the heel should sit relatively underneath the sits bones. There is a little bit of a weight shift onto the box leg, but not so much where the foot crosses the midline of the body, okay? So what we're going to do, again, we're going to have a look at some of the bony points here. So you want to pay attention to the PSISs, have a look at the iliac cresters, are they level, okay? And then you can also have a look at the gluteal folds, okay? So you can see that this hip is a hair down, so we're going to ask David to tuck this butt cheek under a little bit more, okay, so that we see the glute come on engage. You don't see excessive hip hiking from the QL, okay? Once we've got this connection, this alignment, we want to maintain that these stay level, and we're going to ask David to do the box leg flexing. So he's going to flex the box leg, good, and then return. And as he does that, we're going to check out, does the knee maintain its tracking? So we want to see the knee follows the second and third toe, and we're going to come back up. Okay, and then can he maintain the pelvic alignment as he flexes through the box leg? Okay, once we do that, we can actually get him to come down into a mid position. Okay, and then we can actually go back to working the abductor group and the glute max in a mid-range hip position, okay, and working as a stabilizer, okay? So in this position, okay, we're going to ask David to just bend the pedal leg. So this is called pedal leg pressing. So as the pedal comes up, you're going to see that there's an arc of motion in the pedal. So we do want the femur to follow that arc of motion. So you're going to see that's not going to be a pure sagittal motion, okay? It's a combined motion of flexion, abduction, okay, and then extension, adduction through the hip joint, okay? Now from there, I'm going to get him to stand up. Okay, we're going to get David to look at the front view. Okay, in the rehab courses, which is where this exercise is taught, we add a variation where we increase the perturbation challenge. So we're going to challenge the tracking of the leg, and it's going to require a little bit more connection through the abductor system as well as through the glute. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to place the rotational disc, okay, which is a more of an unstable surface, into the just on top of the chair. On top of the box. I'm going to get David to stand, okay, holding onto the handles just for safety. He's going to come in. Okay, we have a couple of choices here. We can allow him to keep the rotational disc still as he goes into the box leg tracking. And again, you want to pay attention, can he maintain the tracking of his second and third toe? He's going to come back up. And then again, you can see there's a slight hip drop on the right side, so that means he needs to just tuck, okay, that left hip under to get into the abductor system. From here, we can challenge him and hold him here, and then we can go into a little bit more three-dimensional motion through the hip joint. So I can ask him to externally rotate, come back to parallel. Okay, I ask him to internally rotate, come back to parallel to explore the full expression around the hip joint. And then we can go into combined motion. So external rotation, come up, internal rotation to go down. Okay, or you can reverse that, internal rotation, and then external rotation on the way up. Okay, internal rotation, external rotation, or external rotation down, internal rotation up, just looking for the tracking through the leg. Okay, good.